Now hear this. Now hear this. Today is your first operational mission. I will be your leader and your trainer. Your first mission is always very dangerous, and you can expect a lot of confusion as a consequence of the well-known fog of war. You already know how to fly your airplane. You can take off, you know how to do basic maneuvers, you know how to turn and look around. You'll be doing that constantly, and I won't be talking about that. I expect you to handle throttle and maneuvers and looking around and firing your triggers according to the things we've already talked about. New here, though, is going to be the pressure of finding the enemy, of finding each other, of not shooting me, and of not shooting each other. We are all on the blue team. I'll be flying as player Blue 10. I am your leader, and my name in the mission is Lincoln. You will want to follow me. The best way to do that is to target me. Whenever you're targeting anybody on the blue team, you can cycle through all the blue team players. It cycles through backwards by selecting the previous player. It's previous blue is what that means. Hit P. Every time you press P, it'll cycle to the previous blue team player. So it'll cycle down through player 10, player 8, player 6, player 4, player 2, then player 28, 26, 24, all the various airfield facilities. Keep on cycling until you get back to player 10, and that will be tracking me. You can see who you're tracking on your cockpit on the left side. When you're tracking somebody that's on the blue team, the text will be in blue. When you're tracking somebody on the red team, the text will be in red. To track red team players, you type N for next red. Keep hitting N, it'll cycle through player 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, etc. And it'll keep on cycling that. But most of the time today, you're going to want to track me and follow me. You'll also be able to notice the altitude of the airplane you're tracking, because it says TAR alt. That's the altitude of the aircraft you're tracking. You can see right now, I'm tracking player Red 1, and he's flying at 5,300 feet altitude. That will change throughout the mission. I'm parked at the end of the runway. I'm in a Grumman F6F Hellcat, which is a rugged airplane that performs pretty well, turns pretty well, but isn't particularly fast. So you will probably be able to keep up with me in almost any kind of airplane that you want to choose in order to follow me. I recommend some kind of a high-performance fighter aircraft like a Spitfire, a P-38, another F6F Hellcat, or a Centauro, one of the high-performing fighter aircraft. Line up behind me so that, and you can look, when I look behind me, I don't see you there now, but that's because you're not here when I'm making this recording, but line up behind me and we will commence this mission. Just follow me and do what I do. When we get to the enemy, I am going to hold back. I'm going to lead you guys to the enemy, then I'm going to hold back so you can go ahead and fly ahead of me and shoot at the bad guys that I find for you. I might take a few shots, but I'm going to hold back so that you can always use me as a navigational beacon to find them. Now, at any moment, the enemy will launch a strike against us. We are sitting right now on our own blue team headquarters airfield, and our job is to protect this airfield, and if we get a chance, to destroy the enemy airfield. But I happen to know that for today, the main exercise is going to be a series of red team strikes against our 2 defended airfields. If they destroy both of our airfields, we lose the war. If they only destroy one of our airfields, we stay alive. And incidentally, if they just damage one of our airfields, if we are strong in the area with our own airplanes either on the ground or flying over our airfield, then our ground crew have the confidence to repair our airfield faster. So one of the things you can always do to help out is just fly your own airplane over your own damaged airfield, and that will cause repairs to go faster. On the other hand, if the enemy is flying their airplanes over our airfield, if they dominate the area, then our repairs stop. So that's another factor you can use to keep things going. All right, now take a look at our router panel. See that little chart that says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on your cockpit, and there are no flashing lights. There's just one pair of lights under player 10 that's always on. Well, that 10 corresponds with me because I'm player 10, and those lights mean that I'm continuously transmitting my position to the server, and because no other lights are flashing, I know I'm the only online player in this mission. That's about to change because the enemy is about to launch a strike against us.
Requesting gun camera recording services from the LAC server.
And I just turn on a recording so that we can use this in the future. Watch the router panel now. Watch for flashing lights. When they launch their attack, or when they start their mission, there. See the flashing lights? I saw a flashing light number 1. I see a flashing number 3, number 5. I see a light flashing on number 7 once in a while, and a number 9. Those blinking lights mean that there's activity from players 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. Those are the red team players. Because they're not flashing very fast, we know they're not close to us. The faster they flash, the closer they are. Notice that I've selected target ID number 1. I'm going to hit N for next.
Red
3.
That's selected red 3. I'm going to hit N for next again.
Red
9.
Red 9. Every time it selects an active player, notice the target altitude is also displayed, and it's sitting there at 1,005. Whoops. It's sitting there generally at 1,506 feet. That means he's sitting on the runway still. Ignore little glitches if it, because he's so far away, our radar can get confused. But in general, he's just sitting there on the runway. That means they're just kind of queuing up on the runway. They haven't launched their attack yet. We're going to watch those numbers, the altitude of the target. And when they start to change, that means they've taken off. And at that point, I'm going to take off, and I want you all to follow me. Now, I don't believe that 7,000 feet yet. Okay, because he's taken off. Look, he's dropped a little lower. He's taken off. He's dipping down. So I'm going to take off. I want you to follow me. I'm going to go to full power. I'm dropping my flaps, raising my landing gear. I'm going to put my nose down, pick up a little speed, and dropping my nose gives me some speed enough to drop my flaps. I'm picking up some more speed. It's safe to drop my flaps a little lower. I'm now going 130 miles, 140. I can now drop my flaps all the way. And I can start to climb a little bit. You guys follow me. I'm giving myself about 90% throttle. I'm going to hit V for vocalize. That'll tell me where my target is.
Target 9 is at 12 o'clock, Angels 1.
Okay, that means I've got a target straight ahead of me, but I don't want to fly straight ahead because there's an enemy airfield straight ahead of me. I'm going to turn to the right here, and I want you to follow me. This will prevent us. We're turning to the south for a while, flying into the sun for a minute. So we don't overfly the enemy airfield. I'm hitting V again for vocalize to figure out where the enemy is.
Target 9 is at 8 o'clock, Angels 1.
Okay, I'm going to turn to the left toward 8 o'clock. I'm going to hit V again.
Target 9 is at 11 o'clock,
11
Angels
o'clock.
1.
So he's up here. And I can see, look at the red dot, the red diamonds on our radar. That means they're high enough that they're above radar level. 1,700 feet. These
Target 9 is at 6 o'clock,
they're behind me.
Angels 2.
They must have flown right under us or something.
Target
Oh, I see him.
9
See that little
is
red
at
square up
12
ahead?
o'clock,
That's the bad guy.
Angels 2.
Follow me. And if you guys want to pass me up and shoot at those players, you can. See that red square up ahead? I'm going to get close to him, but I'm going to hold back a little so you guys can go shoot at him. Now, that beeping means that they've targeted me with their rear gunners are sighting on me, and they might start shooting at me. So I'm going to jink a little bit. See this bobbing up and down? That's so that they will miss me if they shoot. It makes it much harder to hit me. You guys go ahead of me and shoot those guys down. I can see teeny little dots up ahead of me. Getting below. That's see that squadron of enemy aircraft. Zooming in a little bit, zoom my view in. That's done with page up. See that? They took a hit at me. I don't want to take a lot of damage here, so I'm just going to goof around behind them. You guys go ahead, go on up there and shoot them down. Still ahead of me there. Be careful, they have tail gunners, so don't linger straight behind them. Keep your speed up, fly through them. Don't linger behind them. Take your, fly through them, shoot at them, pass them up, swing around and get them again. If you get lost, home in on me. And again, I'm behind them, I'll lead you to them. I'm purposely not shooting at them because I want you guys to have a chance shooting at them. Follow me to them so that you can have some fun here. They've climbed to 3,300 feet altitude. You can see them on radar. See that? I'm going to zoom my radar range in a little bit. They are probably climbing up high enough to do a dive bombing attack on our airstrip. So if we don't shoot them down, they will damage our airfield. We might lose radar. Of course, we won't lose radar because we have a secondary airfield. If both of our airfields get seriously damaged, we'll lose radar. Now, pretty soon they're probably going to start. You'll see them go into a steep dive, and they'll drop their bombs on our own airfield. Keep on following. I'm going to get a little closer to them. Those are German Stuka dive bombers. It's kind of their airplane is kind of slow, but they're quite rugged, and they're very accurate. They're known for very good bombing accuracy. And I'm a little too close to them. See, they're hitting. I've got 11% damage. Look at them off to the side here now. Turning toward them again. There they are. Notice I've got one of them has a red frame around him. That's the one I've targeted. Now they're making a turn, a hard turn. Looks like they're probably getting ready for their dive bombing run. I can see them off my right wing now. Toward them. So if you keep following me, I'll get you in the right area. I'm behind them again. I'm at 4,500 feet altitude, so you got to climb to catch up with me. Just keep following me, and I'll lead you to them. Remember how to find me. You're going to press P for prior blue until it cycles to player 10. That's me. I'm flying upside down now. Look at that. They're right above our airstrip. That's our home airfield. They're diving right in on our airfield. See them where they're making their dive run? They're making a dive bombing run right on our airstrip. I see them up there. There they are, diving on our airstrip. They're shooting at me again. I'm taking some pretty good damage here. Even, they're dangerous. As you can see, I'm holding back, trying not to get too close to them. But now they'll probably try to dive down low to get below radar, and it'll be harder to find them if they decide to dive down that low. Again, follow me and I'll lead you to them, as long as I don't get shot down here. It's becoming harder for me to navigate because my airplane's damaged. I can't roll or turn quite as sharp as I could before, so I got to hold back a little bit here. I'm doing a lot of wiggling. Again, that's called jinking, and it prevents them from hitting me. You don't have to jink as much as I do because you guys have the option of getting in there and shooting them down. Of course, it's less dangerous if you shoot more of them down. If there's only one or two of them alive, it's not quite as dangerous. I got 20% damage. My airplane still has full power, but it's harder to maneuver it. I'm not rolling as well as I usually would, and it's harder for me to climb. So they are headed back to their own air base, I bet. They're going to try to land at their base. So I'm flying this mission solo, but when we replay this mission, you'll be able to see me and follow me through all these very same maneuvers. At that point, you won't hear my voice. That's going to be only in this video clip. But you will be able to follow these very same maneuvers. At this point in the movie, I'll be at 1,700 feet altitude. The enemy will be at 2,100 feet altitude, just like you see it. They're headed straight east, which is going to take us right to their airstrip. I don't want to get too close to their airstrip because then you got anti-aircraft gunners that'll try to hit us. So if they lead me over their airstrip, I'll bug out of here, go somewhere else. 21% damage. They're just whittling me down. I gotta check the map. Look at the map. Yeah, their airstrip's up ahead. Okay. At this point, I'm getting too close to their airstrip. I don't want to go there. They're going to land up here ahead. See it, their airstrip? I'm getting out of here. I'm going to head back to the west and head for our airfield, and I'm going to land. You guys can follow me. I advise that you don't follow them to their airstrip like that. That's just too dangerous. If you go to their airstrip, or if you accidentally end up over their airstrip, you will probably take a lot of damage and get yourself killed. Now, at 31% damage, I still have most of my function. My engine still gives me good full power, but when I try to roll, my airplane just doesn't roll very well, doesn't maneuver very well. My radar is still working. Let's see how much damage. There's our airstrip right there. I throttle back. I'm gonna raise my nose. Nose high with throttle back means I'm gonna be slowing down. I'm also gonna do some maneuvers. The harder you maneuver, the quicker you slow down. I'm dropping my flaps, which helps to slow down. I'm dropping my landing gear. Now they damaged me, but fortunately my flaps and landing gear are still working. So now I'm gonna wind up on the runway. I want to get my speed down around 100 miles an hour when I go over the edge of the runway. Notice I'm at 103 right now, 98. I'm going to give myself a little throttle. And I'm going to land here, and this will be the end of this mission. I start flying flat over the edge of the runway, throttle all the way back, raise my nose high, and just let my airplane kind of just settle on the runway. Okay, that makes a lot of noise if my airplane is damaged when I do that, but that is how we do that. That's a complete mission. And if you follow that pattern for other missions, that's how we do it. Congratulations. If you're still alive with me, you survived your first mission.
Asking the LAC server to end this gun camera segment.
That is all.